This thing on?
No, it sounds good to me. We got a party going on here in Pennsylvania.
We're going to copyright it out of this show before the season even begins. I mean, who knows? Yeah, or Twitter for that matter, or X, whatever they call it these days. Folks, we are ready to kick off the 2025 season. Technically, it already has kicked off elsewhere, but we're going to kick it off. Yeah, we're going to kick it off here in Northeast Pennsylvania, essentially, here at Wilkes-Barre. So let's get ready here for the Mayor's Cup. I think you just tweeted a picture out of the Mayor's Cup, me holding it, the mayor of the Village of Ball spot, which is not where we are. So I have no authority over this area. Nothing. But what we do have is a big game coming up. Game tomorrow night we'll talk about. Games throughout the weekend we're going to talk about. We got coaches' interviews coming up here as well. And then we're going to do what we normally do and make things happen across the X sphere or Twitter sphere, or whatever we call it these days. So, folks, you're watching Season 18 Game Day Live of In the Huddle. Okay, we're back here. Sorry for the delay on that. We're trying to work out our technical glitches here. And we've got some players right behind us.
And right as we fix our audio, we get a little bit of a four-letter word here.
Yeah, we might.
As we're saying, Mayor's Cup here, Wilkes coming out. Ready to kick off this 2025 season here. In case you missed their cold open a little bit because of our audio issues. Good to be back with folks here. And look at JB's arm out of that shot so you can see more of things that matter.
I need to see that.
But JB, in the meantime, we're trying to resolve our Twitter issues here. But tell folks here what to expect in this game as we begin to prepare.
Well, it's interesting because, you have these crosstown rivals. Last year, Wilkes won the Mayor's Cup, but ended up having the less successful season. They went 7-4. Kings went on to knock off Del Val, run the table in the MAC, and went on to have a 10-2 year. Made it to the second round of the playoffs, won a conference championship, one of the more successful seasons they've had in some time. So, bragging rights still technically on the Colonel sideline, but Kings has had a better year in 24. I think they have something to prove in 2025, and I know after speaking with Coach Sabrowski earlier that this is something that they want. And I think he referred to his team as sort of like hungry dogs are ready to eat, and so it should be a great matchup. We've been talking to some alums, some coaches who've been here for many years. This is always a close game, typically, and it comes down to the old who wants it more. So it'll be interesting to see some new players and some key positions for both teams. We lost 2 senior classes effectively in 2025, so this fall we're going to see a lot of new faces. We were talking to Coach Beaver earlier. He was saying that there were some guys that are getting their first start tonight that have been waiting 3 years for this opportunity. So should be a great game between evenly matched teams. And you can feel the energy. And a lot of people have showed up to the stadium yet. We're still about 45 to 50 minutes away from kickoff. Weather could be a factor, and especially in the second half. We may have some showers and some wind. We'll see how that impacts the passing game. This is a turf field, so it's not going to get all muddy, but it could get slippery. Turnovers could be a factor. We'll have to wait and see what happens. And fortunately, I brought my raincoat, Frank, so hopefully I won't need to use it, but we'll see what happens. So this is one of a dozen games going on this evening. There are actually 3 in Region 2, which is where we're at, with Wilkes being the home team. King's technically a Region 1 school in the MAC. But Region 1 kicks off at 7 tonight with F&M taking on Lebanon Valley. Brockport and Buffalo State kick off for the I-90 Bowl in Buffalo, also at 7. We obviously have Kings and Wilkes. Marietta and Westminster in what is a rematch of the Open Doors Bowl from late last year. Should be a good one in Western Pennsylvania. What's already started is Everett versus NC Wesleyan from the USA South down in North Carolina. So they're probably through the first quarter at this point. Pacific and Howard Payne is also a 7 o'clock kickoff. In Region 4, we've got Hiram and Heidelberg. Region 5, we've got Greenville and Illinois College. We got Carroll versus UW Eau Claire in Region 6. And then we got 3 8 o'clock games. The first being Trinity at Texas Lutheran in a rematch of last year's game that sort of threw everyone for a loop when TLU won it. We talked to Caleb Baer about that from Trinity in our preseason interviews. And so I know the Tigers want some revenge for that. Millsaps is taking on Belhaven. I believe our pal Pat Coleman from D3Football.com will be that one. You can check out his live tweets. And then Co versus Cornell College out in, I think, Iowa as the last 8 o'clock game. So a dozen games tonight. We got one underway. We got a bunch kicking off at 7 in about 45 minutes.
Well, let's hope it doesn't thunder. That's all I'm saying here.
Yeah. Otherwise, we'll be here all night.
I couldn't hear everything you were saying, but I think you were talking a little bit about possible weather here. It is heavier than heck. It should be storming probably.
I brought the humidity with me from Florida.
Yes, you did. And that could create some impacts in this game.
Yep.
We'll keep you updated on Twitter throughout this game about that kind of situation. For folks that aren't used to seeing these two teams, though, Kings, the playoff team from last year, had a pretty good balance on the field for sure.
Yep.
Wilkes gained steam last year compared to previous campaigns, although John Drock had begun to turn this team around.
Yep.
So there's kind of a little continuity there for Coach Beaver. Do you expect more of the same? Do you expect changes here? We talked to them. We'll get a little bit more from them in a little bit, the coaches. But what do you expect here?
I expect what you normally see in week 1 games is a defense typically dictates and field position too. There is a light breeze right now, and it's not really significant. You can look down at the end of the field. There's a flag. So we got any flags over here? Flags on the goalpost, not moving at all, but we could get gusts up to 19 miles an hour, 20 miles an hour later. Will that affect the passing game? We'll see. We've got a couple of new quarterbacks, I think, in this one. So I expect, kind of ground and pound, defensive football, maybe, special teams having to play a role, the punting game, pinning them deep, giving long fields. Probably a low-scoring first half, but if it starts to rain and turnovers start happening and the ball starts to, bounce around, who knows what will happen, Frank? Anything's possible in week 1, but I expect a defensive battle, at least early on, until one of these offenses maybe starts to click.
So, JB, we're going to transition here. We got some coaches' interviews coming up in a second here, but again, We'll take a look here as warm-ups are occurring, and see if we can get in a little closer here and see what we got going on over there. But first, as we do that, we have Coach Mike Sabrowski coming up here first. We talked to him for a little bit about this game and, his team, what they gained from last year in the playoffs and everything else here. And he talks with us in pregame here. We'll be right back after this interview with Coach Sabrowski. Coach, you just said welcome to the best rivalry in D3. It took us a little while, only 18 seasons to get here, though. First off, how does it feel to be back? And tell us why this game means so much to you and to Wilkes, for that matter.
Well, first, it's great to be back just to see our guys get out here and compete. And then, when I talk about the rivalry game, what's great about it is we're literally 3 blocks from each other, 3 city blocks. And it's fun, And we recruit the same kids. We staffing, a couple coaches were on our staff. We've had coaches on their staffs in the past. It's a big respect thing, though. You know what I mean? And that's good for the city, and it's good for the area. You know what I mean? This is the one time we get together and we kick it off week 1 in a little backyard shootout.
Love it, JB.
Yeah, well, Coach, congratulations on last season. You guys win the MAC, win a playoff game over a very good Ursinus team. Obviously, with the end of sort of the COVID year, there's been, you could say 2 senior classes have graduated. How have you prepared your team, with this, new season, kind of putting the past behind you and focusing on this game?
We had a meeting, December 8th was our banquet last year. And Monday, December 9th, I pulled everybody in, and, they were going to finals. And I said, hey, listen, that season's over. We're moving forward. And our mentality is just being 1-0. So the biggest thing we talk about is doing the little things right and just doing that way. So that's where it started, really, is December 10th, where we said, okay, the season's over, new season starts now. It started in the weight room then. Coach Ross Boucher, he's been great for us. He's our strength coach, his staff, and then, just all the things that we got going on at Kings right now and everything like that. That's really where it started, and it's been going ever since. And our mindset, like I keep saying, is 1-0, 1-0, 1-0. How can we get better today?
Tyler Carey was a guest of ours early in the season, back from injury from last year before you played it down of, let's say real football per se. Emotional leader for sure for your team, it seems like. Tell us about having him back and the impact he has.
Oh, it was the best thing ever when I got that phone call. I got a phone call from him, Coach, I'm coming back. And he's like, I'm 100%. I was actually golfing at Blue Ridge Trailer. I think I hit a quadruple bogey that hole, honestly.
Sounds like my game.
Yeah, I was just so happy. Literally, it was a non-contact injury. He was trying to catch a ball just in kickoff return, and you see it go, and it was heartbreaking for me. And then for him to come back the way it is, it regenerated our team. We have some of that older guy, mentality, who gives us another leader, everything that you look for in that 6-year guy, he brings to the table. Not only that, his background is a place called Old Forge, PA here. I mean, that town is tough as tough can be, blue collars can be. They think they're the best pizza capital in the world. The double stuff.
We talked to them, Tyler, about
double
that.
stuff white. I'll give it to him. The other one, I'm not sure, but man, that area that he comes from. If you ever went up there, man, it's literally old school America, blue collar, hardworking kids, and that's what Tyler Carey brings to our team.
We got one more before we got to let him go here, JB.
Yeah, well, I guess, Coach, what would it mean for you and your guys to win tonight? I mean, obviously last year it didn't go your way, but then you had a 10-win season, championship season. You obviously overcame that. This isn't gonna make or break your year, right? Mm-hmm. But what would it mean for you and the guys to hoist that Mayor's Cup at the end of this game?
Well, the biggest thing for us is we had a great camp, so we want to pay that off. You know what I mean? Like, we've put in the hard work. We had the hot days. We put in the – so right now it's payday, and that's the biggest thing for us, is that for us to win, it just shores up all that work we did, to go 1-0, and that's what we talk about. Going 1-0 is a huge thing, and then that's would be a great springboard. Anytime you can be 1-0 on a Thursday or a Saturday, it's pretty good. So, big springboard for us, and it'd be huge.
Coach, we're going to let you go here. I know you got to get into football mode, and thanks for spending a little pregame time with us. And who knows, we may talk to you after the game if you guys win.
Thank you so much. And I just want to tell you both, thank you so much for being here. It's great that you guys made it out, and I hope the hospitality's good, and welcome to Northeast PA. So.
Apparently, there's a pizza place we got to check out after.
He knows pizza. He knows pizza.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck.
No problem.
Yep.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Awesome.
Okay, Coach Sabrowski, we appreciate having him on, and stealing some of his time there for sure before this game.
Yep.
JB, the tall task. They didn't win this game last year, as you said, and yet they rolled off how many wins?
10.
Yep. So I wonder what happens if they did win this game last year, and maybe we find out ultimately. What is it going to take for them to win this? So, Kings.
Yeah, well, I mean, last year, a lot of what fueled King's success was the quarterback play of Russell Minor-Shaw. Now, they obviously don't have him anymore. He's graduated. He's moved on and been playing some professional football over in Europe. So he was a dual-style, quarterback who could throw, who could run. It's going to be a new QB that we'll see tonight for Kings. Maybe they're just as versatile, maybe not. Maybe they do more RPO. Maybe they don't throw the ball as much. But you got a guy like Tyler Carey, who's a pretty sturdy receiver, pretty experienced. He's looking to prove something after missing last season. So maybe they try to open it up and catch Wilkes on their heels a little bit in the first half.
Well, then there's, on the other hand, Wilkes, as you just brought up. And we talked to Coach Beaver during Landmark Media Day when he came up here to Pennsylvania for that.
Yep.
And he talks to us about this game, the meaning of the rivalry, and everything else. Let's hear from him. Coach, first, thanks for having us here today. We had to kind of tuck in here because of the possible thunderstorms in this game. But the Mayor's Cup, people have been telling us for a while we need to come to this game. You tell us now, why should we be here and what should we expect in this?
Yeah, I think right now in Northeast PA, we have two really good football teams. And I think the team that made the playoffs last year and won their league, and a team that is competing week to week in the Landmark to see what we can do. And I think the Mayor's Cup is a kickoff classic. You'll see tonight this place is going to be a zoo. It's a little circus inside Wilkes-Barre that we love to have. It's going to be a rivalry game. It's going to get chippy. It's one of those games, but it's going to be fun and exciting, and I think you guys will want to come back to more of these as you see how tonight goes.
Yeah. We met one of your alums, a guy I think who used to work up there shooting film in 04 to 07, and he said that you told him once that the team that comes out and wants it the most usually ends up winning the game. How do you make sure that the Colonels are ready to win it today?
Yeah, for us, and this game is a back and forth, and I've been here 10 years now, and it is a back and forth rivalry. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't, but this is a team that wants it more. And it's always the team that doesn't have the trophy, that works a little harder in the offseason, that's a little hungrier. And we've now instilled this in our guys now. This is, I think, year 4. It's the kickoff year. So it's good for our guys all offseason that they know what we're working towards and they get that motivation.
How do you use a game like this for momentum afterward? Because obviously last year you work yourself to, a 7-4 season with the bowl game and everything else. How do you use this as momentum?
Yeah, I think for us it's the way to start fast. And when you're playing for a trophy game week 1, you can't start slow. And I think when you gain that momentum and you start playing and you win this game, it builds confidence. And confidence is key in this game. And the more confidence you have, the faster you play, the better you play. And for us, when you start fast in this game and you win this game, it adds into what we're going for the rest of the year. But look at those guys last year. We won week 1 and then they won 9-10 straight and won a playoff game. So it's about how you handle this game and have fun doing it.
So, Coach, I mentioned this earlier to Coach Sabrowski. This is the first game kind of post-COVID. We don't have as many super seniors anymore. Yeah. What have you been telling your current senior class to kind of have to take on a leadership role of what used to be 2 classes for a while?
Yeah, we have a group, it's about 18 seniors right now. So we have a little bit bigger of a class, but not a huge class like we did last year. And for us, it's about getting your young kids on the field and having them play and be successful. Like, there's guys that have sat behind those 5th-year seniors. Like Ben Cattell, our tailback tonight, has sat behind Elijah Jules for 3 years. Not that he couldn't play, but Elijah Jules was a good football player. Yeah. So now he gets, we said it last night, a starving dog's going to hunt. Yeah. And guys that have sat behind these people and were good enough to play but not good enough to break in, you have to see now what they have to do. And they've sat a few years, and you'll see at quarterback an older head, you'll see backfield, you'll see older guys, and we're excited to see our young kids, because with our recruiting class we've had the last 2 years, we're about 80% freshmen and sophomores, but then we're going to see some old guys that are hungry and excited to play.
Final question, be honest. Did you tell John Drock how to beat Susquehanna?
No, John has his own game plan and what he has to do. I talked to him this morning, and that's about it. So it's about us and about the Wilkes right now.
I know he appreciates you, and you appreciate him, and we appreciate you as well, again, for having us here and for the hospitality, and we're expecting a good one. Might talk to you after the game, in fact.
Great place in Northeast PA to hang out and watch some football, so it's going to be a good time.
I've heard that before, actually.
Thank
Best
you.
of luck.
Appreciate it.
Good luck, Coach.
Good luck, guys.
Thank you.
Good luck, guys.
Let's go.
You're dancing. They can't see what you're dancing to. That was the best part of that.
Yeah. Well, you guys might have missed this because the coach interview, but just even a second ago, one of the guys that Coach Beaver was talking about, their senior running back, number 23, Leo Egby Jr., he was warming up like right next to me. That guy, I would not want to tackle him. And if he's the starting running back for Wilkes, Kings better have some strong linebackers. He's about 6 foot, 215 pounds, maybe has like 2% body fat. The guy is jacked. Well, he's over. You'll see him kind of behind us right now. He's catching the ball. He's a big guy. Wow. I mean, I know they say it's only D3, but there's some really amazing athletes at this division, man. Like, unbelievable.
Well, JB, we are going to begin picking some games, okay?
Okay.
We'll move this along a little bit. This game will be picked inside this batch, so stay tuned to the end for that.
Okay.
But, let's begin to talk about these different games here. We're going to talk about top 25 games and a couple others, the games we're attending this weekend, or at least tonight and tomorrow night. I'll be at Grove City, Cortland on Saturday while you fly back. But first games first, we're going to go to the top of the top 25 list that's playing. North Central's off. Number 17, Wheaton at number 2, Mount Union. As normal, we'll go snake mode. I've already picked these games last night on the Zach and Riley podcast recording last night. So you didn't get to hear that yet.
I have no sneak preview.
So
I will say, though, Frank, the one thing that's nice about my flight home is that I'll be back in time to tune into all the games, including this one. I am not going to be on a plane and miss this game.
So who do you think wins? I already have picked it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to go with Mount Union just based on it's a home game for them. They tend to win those, and they win regular season games like all the time. So I think not having Giovanni Weeks is going to be tough for Wheaton offensively. I like Mount Union to win this game, let's say 35-14.
I'm with you on that. Basically almost the same score. I was going to say about 38-20 in that game. I think it'll take the defense a little while to start up for Mount Union, but eventually they will take hold in that game, and I think they'll win going away in that game.
Okay.
Up next, as I come closer here to you folks, but the team that lost to Mount Union in the semifinals last year, number 3,
Barely.
Johns Hopkins at Ithaca, unranked currently. Tough game. Again, I picked it already, so go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I think the fact with Bay Harvey coming back, you got to, this could be a very special year for Hopkins. Sure, they lost some good players to graduation, but Cole Crotty's still around. He's one of the best receivers in the country. I know Will Leger has graduated, but I'm sure that there's some other good, tight ends behind him.
Bay Harvey and Cole Crotty in our new intro this season, no less.
That's right. So, I like
from this game last year, by the way, too.
Yeah. I know that there's some people out there that think this might be Ithaca's year to take back the Liberty League. I'm not so sure about that. We'll see. I like Hopkins in this game.
Bart boy?
Just a little bit, yeah. I'll take the Blue Jays 28-17.
It's going to be closer than that. And 2 years in a row at Ithaca, I'm not sure how that scheduling worked that way, but Butterfield is a tough place to play, as I said last night to the guys. And so I'm going to say that it's going to be like last year, maybe even a come-from-behind type of win. Hey, Harvey hasn't played in a while.
Yeah, he might be a little rusty. That's true.
So we'll see how that goes for him.
Okay.
Without Will Leger, it's interesting too, but 28-21, I believe they will win in that game versus Ithaca. Next up, we mentioned John Drock earlier and the Susquehanna game, Union at Susquehanna.
Yep.
And go ahead.
Well, I mean, Susquehanna is ranked number 4 for a reason. They have a lot of guys back from that semifinal team, including their quarterback, Josh Ehrlich, who might be a Gallardi Trophy candidate again.
Currently is, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, basically. So,
although Rashawn Lamons may be as well.
Yeah, there's actually 2 guys. So, I mean, I love Coach Strock. I think this is going to be a tough day for the Dutchmen. They're just a little bit too loaded. I think you got to give Coach Drock maybe another year or 2 to keep building things back up in Schenectady, but I'll take Susquehanna winning, going away 48-14.
Yeah, I'll say 40-14 actually in favor of Susquehanna. Tough game for Union to start with. I think they need an easier game to get that momentum build that I think Coach Drock will have by the end of the season, but to maybe a punch in the mouth early, if that's what happens in this game, is a tough thing to swallow when you're trying to get that momentum build after last season.
Fair, yep.
So we'll see what happens on that one. Next up, we've got Hardin Simmons at Chapman. Number 6, Hardin Simmons going out to Kelly. I'll be out there to see Chapman play.
That's right. I think you're going on my son's birthday, the October 4th.
Redlands at Chapman, I believe it is. But right now, Hardin Simmons at Chapman. Does Chapman stand a chance in this game?
They're still a pretty good team. I mean, they won 8 games last year. The SCIAC's a solid conference. I don't think it's ASC level. I'll take Hardin Simmons behind the legs of Noah Garcia, who we interviewed earlier this year. Probably pulling away late, 42-21.
Get a little action in the background instead of looking at our faces this entire time here.
Yeah, right.
As you see,
Wilkes wants to see that.
Near and Kings is far end. It's tough to see them. See if we can zoom in a little bit on that. Hardin Simmons all day, every day in this game. I'm going to say 37-10 in favor of the Cowboys in this one. Next up, we've got Salisbury.
The triple option bowl.
Yes, at Washington and Lee. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, what we talked about in our preseason show is that Salisbury doesn't have any starting offensive linemen coming back from last season, but they had one of the best freshman quarterbacks in the nation behind center. So, we'll have to see if it takes this team a little while to get warmed up. W&L is always a solid squad. I think this will be a low-scoring game early on, but maybe some runs breaking out late. I'll still take the Seagulls on the road, though, say in more of a 34-27 type of game.
Yeah, I picked up on your O-line discussion about Salisbury from early in the season or preseason, and I agree that's going to be who is it? Cyrus McGowan is at the
Cyrus. Yes. Mm-hmm.
It'll be challenging for him to have that change in front of him going on, but it's also a team that just builds and builds and builds O-linemen. It feels like so. I don't think it's the end of the story for Cyrus and company. They win this game 31.
Coach Wood has been doing this way too long. That offensive line, even if it's a bunch of brand new guys, they'll be ready to go.
So let's come back at us for a second here. Bethel, Tennessee at UMHB. Little rain?
I think I felt the drop.
I feel one too. Maybe we should take this one inside here.
Yeah.
We'll get a little close to you folks. Jake Wright actually just put out something on X talking about the fact that he's left the team not because of a personnel decision, but for other things in his life and decision making. Kudos to him for making his statement. Kudos to him for how he's handled the situation generally. It's Kirkland Show's time now at UMHB. Illinois transfer. Wish him luck. This is not an indictment on him in any way, shape, or form. He doesn't make these decisions. You want to be quarterback for a year of eligibility he's got remaining. That is what it is. It's just a question of it's tough to tell a guy that took you 4 rounds he can't play quarterback.
Yeah, but we've seen this, and for better or for worse. I mean, you can't go against Coach Lee too much because he's helped him win 3 national championships. But when he picks his quarterback, he sticks with his guy. We saw that in the past, and he's doing it here. And we wish both guys the best of luck. I'm going to move a few things, Frank. So why don't you move a few things underneath
I see what you mean. As we're going to see out there that the rain is coming down here. UMHB wins this game pretty well as the rain comes down hard right now.
It's coming.
We're going to try to protect all of our equipment.
Yep. Here we go. We thought this might happen.
Yes, we did. So excuse us as we
I think we've got everything going here. All right. Well,
as long as the wind doesn't happen, but you can see this rain coming down, folks, right now.
Yeah, well, it's football weather, you know. We haven't seen a rain out in a little while. I know Hobart's first game last year had a lightning delay. We're hoping we don't get that, but yeah, here we got Wilkes leaving the field now. And so I guess I do see the thing still up on the screen. I think
yes, UMHB, I was saying, was going to win this game in a close one because remember, Illinois College has a quarterback that transferred to Bethel now.
Yeah.
And so it makes things a little bit interesting. But I did watch him lose versus Lake Forest last year in the game I went to.
Yeah.
So, we'll see where it goes. I'm going to say still UMHB wins it at home 24-17.
Yeah, I think it'll be maybe a lower scoring game. I'll take the Crusaders, say 21-14.
What's up next here? We've got Monmouth at Wartburg. I don't know if you got much to say on this one.
Well, it's interesting because Monmouth was picked to win the Midwest Conference, but Wartburg has been a perennial top 10 team now the last 3-4 seasons, so they've, as the champions of the ARC, they've been pretty consistent. I'll take Wartburg in this one, say 37-20.
I was going to say probably 37-10, to be honest with you, in favor of Wartburg.
No more Owen Grover, but I'm sure that defense is still pretty good.
Game I'm attending Saturday, and it's a big one. Grove City at Cortland. Who do you think?
I think Grove City has had some close calls, right? They could have beat Cortland in the playoffs in 23. They missed a field goal. They could have beat Johns Hopkins in the playoffs, and they missed a field goal. I feel like, Coach DiDonato and company are ready to take that next step. I think this will be the start of a special season for the Wolverines. I'm going to pick them to upset the higher-seeded, higher-ranked Cortland Dragons, 28-24.
I just want to say how much of a gamer you've been because you've been getting absolutely poured on your arm because you wanted to stay in the shot. We've moved the camera.
Feels good. It's cooling me off. It was a little muggy here, but not so much anymore.
Yeah, it's definitely gotten cooler here. I think Grove City wins this game. Who did you say?
I said Grove City would win. I think.
We both have that.
Yeah. I think this is going to be a special year for the Wolverines.
Grove City, I have winning this game 28-24.
I think I said the exact same thing.
Really? Yeah. Look at that. As I was trying to get you back in the shot,
yeah.
I didn't even listen to your score, but that's what I've got for you in that game.
Great minds, as they say.
Tough one last year.
Yeah.
Western New England was hair's breadth away from winning a game against
You picked them as your sort of, underdog or, sleeper team for Region 1.
But did I pick them in this game is the question. First you.
I don't think so, just because, Springfield, they did lose a lot, but they're, Coach has got a program up in Springfield. The Pride are just so consistent. So I think the Pride will outlast the Golden Bears. It's going to be a close call, like 35-31, high-scoring game.
Yeah, I did pick Springfield in this game. I'm a little bit interested to see if what we learned that Drew Heenan won't be starting possibly is accurate. We have not confirmed that. And, again, there's another situation where quarterback got them how deep into the playoffs last year to the quarterfinals against North Central and beat Cortland, the defending national champion, and he may not be starting either. And so it's I scratch my head sometimes on some of this stuff. This is why I can't go into coaching, I don't think, because
and then you also have to remember that what a tough game that Springfield gave the national champions. They 28-7. I know they only scored a touchdown, but still, They went toe-to-toe with the Cardinals almost as strong
as anybody except for maybe Mount Union.
Yeah, pretty much.
And again, you can see the rain is still coming down, I should say.
Yeah.
With kickoff in 19 minutes. If we see lightning, though, that will stop everything and
right
push us
now,
back a half an hour.
No thunder or anything. I mean, the clouds are pretty dark above us, and you can hear the rain patterns. It's coming down pretty steady. We'll have to see. Man, it is coming down, as they say.
We're going to get our AccuWeather forecast right now.
Okay, according to this, the light rain is expected. This is light rain, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
15 minutes it's supposed to stop raining, but then we've got 50% of rain chances at 8 o'clock. We'll see.
Yep.
We just got a text from Coach Strock, former head coach of Wilkes, now head coach of the Union Chargers, Dutchman.
The Dutchman.
The Dutchman.
Sorry,
Yes.
Coach. It's the
Hope you
Dutchman.
make it over to Franklin's for a cold one. Go Wilkes. We got you, Coach.
Go Union, personally, but you
Hey.
know, I picked who I picked because that's our job is.
Yeah, got to be objective, but
Amen.
it's a matter of time.
Springfield wins this game 27-20. Another tough one. I didn't
Okay.
ever fulfill my score in that game. Let's continue here as it's
the-
getting loud. with
Going
this
to
rain.
Indiana, yeah.
DePaul at Rose Home at number 14. DePaul, you know, the way their season ended last year in the playoffs
Yeah.
with the illegal shift call turned into a false start.
That was brutal. I
It
forgot
was
about
brutal.
that.
What do you think here?
Well, I mean, the Engineers are a solid program. You know, they've been champions of the Heartland in the past, but I think DePaul has taken that next step. They've won the NCAC a few times, so I think, you know, they'll be the favorites in this game for good reason and should probably run away with about a 35-21 win.
This
We're just trying to see if any of our stuff over here is getting wet.
well, our Starlink is getting soaked right now, I'll tell you that, and it's actually causing stream issues a little
gosh.
bit. Hopefully folks can still see us.
Yep.
It's trying to catch up. That'll be interesting to see how that works.
Yeah.
And we are recording this, so we can always replace it later, but this
Yep.
is getting brutal out here right now.
Yeah, it is. The sky is opened up now. It is pouring rain. Hopefully that thing saying this is going to end in 15 minutes is accurate, which would be pretty crazy because that's just before kickoff, which I got 6:43 and change. So we'll see. I think we just got to stick it out.
Stream has caught up with itself. I can see now. We were just saying our Starlink, which we're using, is actually getting a little bit
Pelted.
deterred. It's getting soaked. It's still working, obviously, because
Yeah.
we have the reception. So kudos to Elon Musk, I guess, for that.
Hey, somebody.
DePaul wins this game, though, by the way, by the final score of 35-14 is my guess on this one. And let's continue.
I'm glad I wore my waterproof hiking boots. I'll tell you what.
In case
They're-
Coach Rock didn't hear
they're
us,
soaked.
we sent our best back to him during
Yep.
that little pause we had in our reception. Platteville at Aurora. Folks, it may look like there's something weird going on behind us, like a Kodachrome type thing. It is, here, we're going to switch cameras again.
It is pouring.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
This tent was the best purchase I've made in a long time.
Yes, it was. I think because I think I texted you earlier in the week. And I was like, I think there's a chance we might get some rain, Frank. He's like, I'm going to get a 10 by 10 tent, and I was like, good call. It is literally saving the day right now for us.
The Huddle forecast.
The Huddle is back for season 18.
Apparently it is.
Yes.
Platteville Aurora, go ahead if you didn't already.
You know, I know Platteville had a championship season last year. They won the WIAC. But I have a feeling that, you know, this could be a game where Aurora could maybe surprise people. You know, I'm going to pick the Spartans at home and the Coach Beebe. Oh, look at this. The rain's slowing down. Maybe somebody upstairs likes this pick. I don't know. Maybe not. We'll see. I'm going to go with the Spartans in an upset. Why not? I'll have to figure it out if I'm going to be accurate on this season or not. 27-24, our favorite score.
I can't believe you and I did this again.
What?
I picked Aurora.
No shit. Whoops. Okay.
I was picking on the guys last night about having the holiday reel with the stuff that had to clip out.
Yeah.
We're going to have to do it with you, but stuff that actually makes the show accidentally.
That's funny.
Okay, Aurora I have picked because I have seen them at home. It's a tough place to play at home.
Yeah.
And this isn't a North Central game this time. I think they can come out strong. The BBs, the Battling BBs, win this game, I believe, by a final score of 27-26. I think it'll be down to the wire, but it'll be a great game. Oshkosh at Linfield. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, it doesn't get any easier for the WIAC because Linfield, they have a really strong program. It's a pretty good road trip for them. I still feel like Coach Jennings and company might need another year or two to take that next step. I'll take the Wildcats in this one. They had that 2 quarterback system last year, which is a little iffy, but I'll take them to win this game, say 24-17.
Finally, a difference here for us.
Okay.
Oshkosh, I have in this game.
All right.
There's something about Oshkosh in a game like this that they show up for.
Yeah,
and
they do.
play well.
Yeah,
And
Titans do show up for these.
After a weird
games.
season last year, I think
was
they
weird,
win.
yeah.
Look, I thought they had a better chance than they should have, or did against Whitewater, and it didn't pan out. But then they were doing other things throughout the season. It was just an up and down topsy-turvy season.
Yeah.
I think they come back with consistency early here. Oshkosh wins this game, makes a statement for the WIAC early on here by a final score 21-13.
Okay.
What do we got left here? Oh, Carnegie Mellon is Chicago.
The Titans. Going to Chicago.
Carnegie Mellon moving to the Centennial. What do you think?
There's a lot of questions about the Tartans because of the graduation of Ben Mills, the graduation of their great linebackers, and so, I think they'll win this game, but it may not be as empathetic as they may have done in the past. So I like the Tartans to win, say 24-14.
I think it's going to be by more than that. Joe McGinnis IV has a good breakout game as a starter, I think, and they win by a 37-14 score. Does Carnegie Mellon. We're getting toward the end of it here, folks, and it's the Covey Bowl, Alma at River Falls.
Yes. Yep. Good for D1 rejects. I think it should be a fun. It'll add to the atmosphere and.
Well, what they won't get is rain like we just had. I checked that forecast.
That's true. So we wish them well in that endeavor. But
hey, Jimmy, how are you, Jimmy?
They talk. I read on D3Football.com that this is a battle of the 2 best quarterbacks in Division III, and we'll see if that pans out. I know Carter St. John has been excellent. Caleb Blaha, obviously, before he was injured, was excellent. So this game should live up to the hype. But I remember when these guys played a couple of years ago, it was a kind of a blowout for the Riverhawks. So, or the Falcons. So it was Riverhawks, Falcons. We're in Riverhawk country.
Yep.
But we'll go with the Falcons in this one. I say that they win 35-28.
I want Carter St. John to win personally. He's on his QBs versus cancer work, and just really the guy he is. I just don't think it's going to pan out. So I'm going to pick with the head, not the heart on this type of thing.
Yeah.
I'll give it to River Falls by a 28-20 score in that game. Okay. Hope at Loris. You think Loris has a chance here?
No.
Okay. Let's move along then.
Hope will win by like 45-7 or something. It's going to be a blowout.
35-7 was where I basically was going with that one. Dickinson at Randolph-Macon.
I did step on Dickinson's campus about a month ago, and I know that with their coach there, they're trying to ramp things back up. But Randolph-Macon has just been so consistent. They've won the ODAC and been to the playoffs several years in a row now. At home, they'll be tough to beat. So I'll take the Yellow Jackets to win this one, say 38-14.
We got a couple cheerleaders here in front of us on camera right now. If you want to wave to everybody, say hi. Go that way. They'll see if you go over there with her.
Here we go.
There you go.
Exciting.
Good to see you, and you're staying dry, right?
Yeah, do your best. We're trying.
It's crazy out there, but
sure is.
rain's still going, but dark clouds are moving here a little bit.
It's going. Hopefully we'll catch a break here. It's lightening up.
Randolph-Macon wins here. It keeps up their success in regular seasons by a score of 37-21. Dickens pushover by any stretch of the imagination.
Nope.
And let's see if we can get our mouse to work here. Everything else.
We got a couple more to crank out here.
Yes,
yeah. So we talked to our pal Ethan Gallagher, who was he the one who came up with the term butt kickers for the defensive line?
I think that was something like that.
Yeah, I like that, and I do think the butt kickers or the Warhawks will take care of the Knights pretty handily. I'd say 38-10.
I think it's going to be pretty much early and often Whitewater, as I've said.
Maybe
especially at the perk.
45-10.
Yeah, I think that I'll take that score. In
Okay.
fact, I'll steal that from you now. 45-10. Whitewater wins this game. I want to see what the quarterback progression looks like there for them as well.
Yep.
Let's see. John Carroll at Waynesburg. And we had Joe Timmons on from John Carroll, defensive lineman, in our preseason interview series. Great guy.
Yeah.
And Coach Bierman's got a pretty good force there entering the NCAC. What do you think in this game?
Yeah, I think Waynesburg is still a program on the rise. They're trying to get things going there. I think John Carroll will come out fast, and it'll be a pretty comfortable lead by the first half. I say they run away with this game like 52-14.
52-14. Wow.
Yeah, this is one of the very few top 25 teams that has an experienced quarterback coming back. Sempton Helter, I'm going to screw up his name.
Sempton Felter.
Yeah, easy for you to say. He, having that starting QB and a lot, some guys on offense who have some chemistry is big. So I think the Blue Streaks are going to light him up.
I have a feeling this game's going to start a couple minutes late today.
I think you might be right.
Yeah, I think
It's gotten
holding off.
Little quiet, but there's no funny business from in the Thunder or Lightning department yet.
Thankfully. And getting a little brighter. You can see us a little bit better right now and see in the background the sky has brightened up a little bit here. John Carroll wins this game 42-10. Let's go out of the top 25 now and talk about games we are attending. First, let's go to tomorrow night's game, Saxo Cup, Moravian at Muhlenberg. This is a rare instance where Muhlenberg is maybe not necessarily the favorite coming into this game.
Yeah, weren't they ranked as low as like number 5 in the Centennial poll? I mean, when was the last time that happened? When I saw that, I was like, holy smokes.
Well, the question is, who's their quarterback? I was getting that question from folks this week. And, Nate Milne is going to play close to his vest. We know him pretty well, and he's not going to let people know that. He's a gamer like that.
Yeah.
I did not pick this
guy.
game yet, so I will do you a favor and pick one finally first here.
Okay.
Technically, I picked them all first last night. But
I wasn't there.
I'm going to say that, boy, it's tough. I'm going with Moravian. I don't believe I'm saying that, but Coach Long has something going on there right now.
Okay.
And we're starting to really move things along. He's got his quarterback back with
Jenkins is a good
really
player.
Absolutely. We talked to him at Landmark Media Day. He's back for a reason here. I'm going with Moravian in this game by final score. I think we're going to have a good game. We're going to be treated to 27-25 tomorrow night.
Yeah, it's interesting because I was thinking kind of along the same lines. It's I feel like Moravian's coming into the season with a lot of momentum from last year. They were picked second in the Landmark. I think they even got a first place vote probably from Coach Perk because they can't vote for his own guys. But Muhlenberg, it's hard to pick against the Mules. But I just don't know enough about who they have coming back. So I know more about the Greyhounds. So I guess I'll take that one. And say that they will claim the Sodexo Cup for the first time in a while in a 35-31 shootout.
Nate Milne is elated that we just picked against him.
Yes, he's going to make us regret that, and he'll be very.
The post game will be horrible for us.
He'll be smug. Yes, indeed. It'll be an elite interview.
Yes, elite as always with him. And the game we're getting ready for kickoff. The captains are out at the Senator Field area.
So it's 12 minutes to go on the clock. Over on the far side of the stadium. So we got actually one of our guests from earlier, Tyler Carey, one of the captains, number 3. We learned that number 3 is an Old Forge, Pennsylvania tradition with people in the King's College program. He couldn't wear it last year when he blew out his ACL, I think was the injury. His teammate Di Gregorio wore it for him to honor him, another Old Forge guy. But this is a comeback opportunity for Tyler, who had to sit out all of last year's championship season, the playoff run. So I know he's itching to get back out there. I'm sure they'll maybe want to get him the ball early to kind of get him into this game quickly.
Early and often,
yes.
I think is what you're going with there.
Yep.
It is an air attack. It'll be interesting for sure.
Yeah.
I like Wilkes' momentum, season by season here. I'm going to pick the home team here. Oh, I guess they're both home teams per se, but the actual stadium home team in this one.
Yeah.
In a really good game. I think we're going to be treated, again, to a good one here in Pennsylvania. 21-20. I don't think we're going to see lights out on the scoreboard, and the weather may impact things if it doesn't change soon here.
Yeah, I think it might be, like a 17-14 or 21-17 type of game. And, initially going into this, I was thinking, the Kings being kind of the more preseason favorite to a certain extent. But then I saw Leo Egby up close, and I was like, holy smokes. I think we're going to see him run the ball a lot tonight.
Why not?
Yeah, I mean, he's been waiting for this opportunity. He's a senior. He's been behind some great players these last 3 years. This guy looks really strong. I don't know how fast he is, but with the build.
Faster than you and me.
Yeah, way faster. So I have a feeling this could be like a 25 carry night for him. He might break some touchdowns. So, yeah, I think the Colonels, we're going to get introduced to Leo Egby tonight, and he will help the Colonels keep the Mayor's Cup.
So we'll keep this graphic up there because more or less we're waiting for this game to begin. The captains for Kings are out there. The captains for Wilkes are coming down the stairs literally as we speak with the official.
I got my guy, number 72, Luke Baker, another Baker boy. Our family originally came, a little Pennsylvania Dutch background, so we're probably, fifth, sixth cousins or something. We met Luke and some of these guys at the media day for the Landmark. So, yeah, it's interesting. There's sort of like a hush that's come over to the crowd. They've turned the music down. Everyone's got their umbrellas. It's sort of like the literal calm maybe after the storm, because we just had a pretty bad rain shower for a while. But, yeah, getting ready for the captain's toss. And I think, assuming the weather sort of holds like this, people are going to start getting excited, and we'll be kicking off week 1. Oh. Somehow did that guy happen?
I just flipped things around.
Yeah, just flipping it upside down.
So, folks, we will stay with you until the coin toss, and then we will send it to
I can give you a score update, Frank.
Yes, please.
We did have Averett kick off against NC Wesleyan down in good old North Carolina. Hoping, we got the Kings Monarchs walking by. And holy smokes. Speaking of NC Wesleyan, they are up big, 33-6.
Wow. With
less than 10 minutes in the second quarter. They put up 23 points in the first quarter. Wow. They are running it big time. Their offense seems to be on fire. They've got one of their wide receivers has 2 catches for 124 yards and a touchdown.
That's a boring day.
Another guy with 3 catches for 86 yards and 2 touchdowns, and it's not even halfway through the second quarter, Frank. Maybe, I mean, I know Averett's been not the most successful program, but that's an impressive start for them. Maybe the USA South better keep an eye on these guys. Okay,
we're
here we
go
go.
To the sideline here real quick and
a little
show you
Black Sabbath for you. My kind of music.
You can see Kings coming down into their sideline area there. Nice video board that we're passing by right now, too. You can see the Kings team is out there ready for action.
Yep. So we got Kings in there, away whites, gold, crowns, the gold helmets for the Kings. And then we got Wilkes in their traditional blue and yellow uniforms.
We have 7 minutes on the game clock for kickoff, essentially. So they've kind of pushed it to 7:05, it looks like, based on the way the weather was impacting things. And
we'll just keep vamping.
We keep vamping?
Yeah. So I got another. Oh, we got the Colonels coming. Why don't we tune in for that?
We should step aside. Should be able to see him in our shot in a moment here.
This team is fired up.
go.
A little LFG. Coach Beaver has got his game face on. His team is fired up. You definitely can feel the energy just jack way up right there.
Coach Beaver's still out there giving high fives to his team.
Yep.
Whew. Our friend Stu Hinman actually has reached out to us, said it's a 7:07 kick for TV purposes because it is on my TV locally and also a landmark a game by home stretch. I would assume that it's going to be on Flow Sports as well tonight. So let's get back into our shot here. Actually, let's go to the coin toss. So thanks again to Stu for joining us during our first show. We talk about the officiating.
Yeah, we may try to grab a lunch with him before the Sodexo Cup game tomorrow. We'll see.
Yeah,
we can get that on the schedule.
And here comes the coin toss.
So there's 8 other 7 o'clock games that are about to kick off around the country. Seems like the North Carolina Wesleyan 6 p.m. game is already over. But along with this one, what we got
Kings
there?
is going to be receiving.
Okay.
And so they will start.
Well,
JB, we're going to go get rained on and cover this game, it looks like. So, folks.
Why not?
As we come back to us here. Thanks for joining us. Sorry for some of the helter-skelter nature of it, but the rain definitely threw some monkey wrenches into setting this up and making it happen, but I think we still delivered you a decent product here for our Game Day Live, basically our 6th or 7th one we've done.
Eighth.
Since
7th. Tomorrow will be 8th.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah.
But again, JB, good to have you with me again up here in this region.
Yep.
Pennsylvania loves you, and let's eat our way through after this game.
That's
is
right.
Done.
I think we've got a date. Was it Vincenzo's Pizza or something?
Vesuvios?
It sounded Italian. I think you'll like it.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We will see you perhaps in the post game, depending on how this weather turns out for us.
Yeah.